But anyway, basically simple and plain. First things first, my name is Kenneth Burma. Company is IOEG Technology Screens, and we're explaining something simple and to the point. Does spending more money for a higher contrast projector really work? Are you really getting what you paid for? And I'm here to tell you, you're not getting it. I know it's jacked up and true, but you're not getting it. I've had all different types of projectors, and I've tested just about everything you can possibly think of. And yeah, we've done so many gray versus contrast on gray, so gray and black contrast setups, white contrast setups. It doesn't work. They can't read it. They cannot read it at all. Now I know you see these demonstrations in dark environments. We put them all the time too. Turn it down a little bit. I'll see demonstrations of the screen in a poorly lit environment, because they turn on the lights, the screen washes out. Now I saw with the Leap screen, I saw one of their demonstrations where they had turned out the lights when it came to showing off the screen, but when showing the screen off, try to say this ambient light projection, there's a lot of light in the environment. But that's neither here nor there when it comes to ambient light projection. I see a lot of those demonstrations being done that are not true. But the problem you have here is that, do they see contrast? How much money does a consumer have to spend at the end of the day to actually pick up a 100% black level? And the problem you have here is that you can't read it. Now, we have here on that side, this is coming from our QME projector right here. My QME projector is 10,000 to 1 contrast. This one over here I think is 1,000 to 1 contrast. That's basically about it. Now, if I have to spend more money on a more expensive projector, because some people say, well, you need to spend more money. No, if I have to spend more money, this is the problem. This is the problem that the consumer is going through right now. The consumer is spending all this money for these high-end projectors to reach these amazing, insane contrast levels, but they're really never going to reach it because the screen physically can't see black at all, period. The projector is producing it. The computers are actually, and the fire sticker is sending out saying, hey, look, this is a black level reading. The problem is that the screen can't see it. So this right here is everyday grade screen paint. I know who it belongs to, but as I said before, I tested this product against other paints and they have matched. Only one I saw that didn't match was a paint called something called I think it's called something Pro HD. Pro HD. I'm testing it Sir product, and the Pro HD did better than his paint. But still, at the end of the day, neither one of them can see contrast. That's what it comes down to. So we have the QME on this side hitting half of it, and we got the Magsonic hitting the other side, and neither one of them can pick up the contrast level on the screen. I'm trying to figure out what I did with them. I had them somewhere around here somewhere. I had the sample sheets for the certifies around here somewhere. There, that one. We also have a dark mix here. This is a dark gray mix. This is actually the advanced version of that paint. So that reads contrast. We have a certified gunmetal here. That's beyond what all of them. At the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out where my dark grays are at. I found them a couple of days ago. I lost them again on my samples and stuff. But I'll figure it out. There has to be more demonstrations on this video either way. I'll figure out exactly where I put them at. I put them somewhere. But anyway, we got two different colors and mixes here. So we have different ones you can see on the table. This is a darker mix. This is a mid, and that's a light. That's a certified. That's a $7,000 screen. So, question is, are you going to have to spend more money to get something to work? And the money you spend, are you really going to get what you paid? Get what you paid for at the end of the day? That's what that comes down to. So we're going to take the light gray screen we saw already first. Does not work. Doesn't read it. We're going to go with the mid gray. See if the mid gray can read it. Mid gray doesn't read it at all. As you can see, it doesn't pick it up in any way whatsoever. I'm going to challenge some of these influencers to turn those lights on when they're showing up those high-end projectors, because I really want to see this thing in a fully lit environment. So I'm going to write y'all some emails requesting for you to do these demonstrations, because you're going to do a review about a projector. Come on, turn the lights on, for goodness sakes. Especially when they're ultra short, they're supposed to replace TVs. Have the lights on. I'll stick that thing in a dark environment. All right, so this is not working, right? All right, so what most people do when it comes to the screen paints, they make them a little darker. Let's see if this works. And it doesn't work because it can't read black. That's why. You have to have an actual black screen to read black. That's why if you're going to pick up 100% white levels, you need an actual white screen to do it. You've never heard us ever in any of our demonstrations say we read 100% white. That's virtually impossible, because you go through a sacrifice field. Even gray screens go through sacrifice fields. Everything goes through sacrifice field. If you drop just a little bit of black or dark gray into your paint that was white, you're converted to that. It won't be to read 100% white. But everybody knows that. Even gunmetal screens know at the end of the day that their screens can't read 100% white. That's virtually impossible, because the screens have a darker shade to them. So the question is, do you read the contrast levels? Now, every type of screen is going to go through a sacrifice field when it comes to whether they're light colors or whether they're contrast levels. They're going to go through that. But the main important thing, that it picks up a white level high enough where the screen doesn't become so dark you can't see it. That's where we come at with our technology at the end of the day. We have to be able to show that off. That's why we have more black versus black demonstrations. So most people have gray versus gray. So the question is too, when it comes to contrast, and this is where a lot of screens lie, they say that, hey, we pick up 100% black. Technically, you don't pick up 100% black, because that's virtually impossible, because you don't read black at all, period. All right, let's take our light gray screen. We'll put it there. And we're going to take our screen, put it here, side by side. And as you see, none of them are picking up black. Now, for some reason, they feel that if they make the paint a little bit darker when it comes to the gray mixes, that this reads a contrast. No, you still can't read it at all. I've developed gunmetal technology to take out other gunmetal screens, and we never would say that stuff could pick up a contrast level. It doesn't. It picks up a really dark gray. So how do you pick this stuff up? There you go. This is what court is for. So we challenge you in court. Do you read this contrast level as you say, or do you don't read it at all? Just because it's dark gray doesn't mean it reads black. Now, again, when we go into our demonstrations, we never put down it reads 100% white. It reads an infinity white level. This is impossible. The screen is automatically going to drop the minute that you add anything dark to it. It's going to drop automatically, whatever you do. So you automatically lose that 100% white level. Now the question is, when most screens are going to go with the contrast level. The contrast is very, very important. 100% white level on your screen not going to help you, because again, that's what white screens do. White screens go 100% white. They don't read color, they don't read contrast, and they're not ambient light projection. So that's the worst thing to do, is have a 100% white screen. But when it comes to black levels, there's something you're definitely going to need, because again, like I said, Darth Vader's outfit isn't gray, it's black. And outer space, as you can see right here, is not gray, it's black. So what are you actually reading? All right, let's take these out. These out of the way. Now we have our certified gunmetal technology. We'll put that right there. As you see, a $7,000 screen can't compete with a black screen. It does pick up a contrast level better than these do, but it cannot read 100% black. Which means that my customers at the end of the day, instead of them spending $7,000, $3,000, $5,000 for an expensive screen, they don't have to, because our technology reads better contrast level than a gray certified screen at 7K or 3K, or whatever they want to call it. Let me show you, this is what it is. Put this off real quick and show you under the screen. Because people saying, well, that can't be their screen. That is their screen. Here's the other side of it. There you go. All right. So now you know it's their screen. Right there. It's just not going to pick it up. So when you guys go online, y'all cry to us by saying that why does he get that kind of money? You should give him a lot more than that. You can't take out a $7,000 screen. I know I've tested your stuff against everything we had in our arsenal. It didn't go well. Just like when I sat up there and I said out of my mouth, I said, what did I say? I said, we did the network grade 773. In the demonstration, I said, this is not going to go well. What happened? It matched, right? All right then. Did the demonstration, it matched. And then the person who made the product went to a rant and said it would never match. And what happened? It also matched. What did he do with the video? He got rid of it because it matched. You can't have that posted on your website. That's why we're going to post the video onto his Facebook page for customers to see it. He removed the whole page. That tells you right there. So that means if he removed an entire page because what we're posting on the site wasn't anything that was that could get us thrown in jail or get us basically arrested or get us sued. It was him in an actual video matching house cleaning. Why would you remove an entire Facebook page so that doesn't get posted on your page? And I asked him to be a lawyer, right? How many times did I ask you a lawyer? Where's the lawyer? No one's contacted us at all, period. We can't get a lawyer because everything we have, we can use against you in court. That's what I'm using against you in court for basically bringing your company to court. Does it make a difference to get rid of your websites or whatever? It shows you have activity, you have receipts that your company did exist. And you did sell these products under false information, ripping your customers off. We have receipts. We have transactions that went through our PayPal account to show that that company did exist. And we have your face on the Frankenstein mix for the receipts for that. Good luck on that one. Boy, talking about hanging yourself. That's the definition of hanging yourself. So there's a reason why you don't get anything for your products. Some of your stuff is not tested. You can't take out certified. You don't do any tests on those things. And if you're doing a test on the certified, why are you in a dark environment with a screen that's that powerful? I've seen people do the Dark Star 9. That has a 0.8 gain. What are you doing in the dark with some of the 0.8 gain attached to it? It's because the reason why you're in the dark because your screen paints fail with the lights on and they don't. You need an advantage point. That's why when I saw that demonstration called the benefits of a gray screen versus a white screen, why in the world would you turn out the lights in that one? Y'all bought that paint, that's y'all. Alright, get rid of this right here. This is a fantastic sample sheet. I like doing tests against it. Now, does the certified work? Yeah, the certified works better than the gray screens. Far better than the gray screens. Far better than the white screens. It works much better. It does. So every time I see some gray screen paint saying we're equal to their screen, please stop saying that before you get yourself sued. Because you are not equal to their screens in any way whatsoever. No way whatsoever. The fact that you spend most of your time in the dark shows you're not even equal to that technology. Let me see. All right, white surface. It's the same as a white sheet of paper. I already had this topic in a forum site one time. Someone said you can't really say that a white screen is the same as a white sheet of paper. So yes, it is, because I've done the test myself. I've actually went out and bought matter of fact, the white screen that I had was a certified. It was a elite screen. This is where we got the elite screen, and for some reason they forgot to send in the support rods to actually put the screen together and couldn't assemble it. And I was trying to get I didn't want the refund, I just wanted the rods. And I went through such a headache trying to get those rods. So Amazon was nice enough to give us the refund on that one right there. But they told me to keep the stuff. So now I got a bone white elite white screen. And guess what? A piece of paper did the exact same thing because I did the test. I did a test against white t-shirts, bed sheets, all that stuff that's white to prove that when we do this demonstration, it's a white surface. Same thing. It's the same thing. All right, so here we go. So as you can see, white surface doesn't pick up anything. How much of an improvement you're going to get if you use a gray screen next to the white surface? Let's see what your improvement level is going to be. There's your improvement level. Are you seeing black? No. Can't see it. You're not picking it up. We're at 50 lumens on this one, and you can't even read it. That has 10,000. This one didn't have 10,000. So you don't read it. So what change did you get? You spent all this money for a projector. That's the best you're going to be to get out of that? All right, let's keep going. Let's see if we get a change in here. If we get this, if we get the gray to read 100% black. All right, we'll go with the light gray. Let's put that in there, see what happens. Nothing, of course. And let's get the dark gray mixture. See if that works, so we can pick up a contrast level better than the black. No. So, long story short, you got ripped off. That's what happened. You got ripped off. If you have especially for those who spent money for a very high-end projector, you have gotten ripped off. All right, so I'm going to do me a nice little short on this. I think I'm going to keep the 50 lumen because it has a lower amount of contrast. You should be able to read it whether or not you have high contrast or low contrast. But spending the money extra for high contrast, it's not going to help you at all. Period. You're still going to come out with a gray screen no matter what. And for those of you, well, the other ones are not around anymore; they're gone. But for those of you still around making gray screen prints at the end of the day, we challenge you in court that you don't read a black level. Gunmetal also too. You don't read a black level either. Interesting. That new technology we got, if I was to stick into a white level, we can literally turn these screens orange. That's gonna be the worst thing for you guys in the day. When that thing launches, that black version of that see-through technology, I'm shooting the promo demonstration on it. Y'all screwed when that screen comes out. Y'all have no idea how bad you're screwed when that screen comes out. The only thing that a gray screen has left is this white level. That's it. And that screen will take that from you. You can't beat it in contrast because it's black. And you can't beat it in white levels because it picks up a higher white level and it's a black screen. You guys are so screwed. All you gray screens are screwed when that technology comes out. How are you going to compete with that thing? Oh, man. That's the end of y'all. No one will touch you. I'm telling you. No one will touch you. How are you going to have people to screen that reads 100% black or reads a white level higher than your actual gray screen? That's not going to go well. See, y'all worried about this paint and you're worried about those screen. You forgot about that black technology you have. You forgot about that thing. It's coming out. We got a large sample of it coming through pretty soon. I feel sorry for you guys. I really do. It's gonna be a bit of a. It's gonna change the game for you guys. You kind of act like at the end of the day, like I'm pushing to basically eliminate your screen. We've already eliminated your screen. I eliminated your screen way back when I first developed black technology. We eliminated your screen. Way before then. Y'all stuff doesn't read. If I were to take your product and I stick it against an all-white screen, how much of a benefit could you give to the white screen? You can't give anything. You see me turning the lights out for that one? No, lights are supposed to be on. Red screen. Yeah. This is a gamer, by the way. Gamers generate extremely high color levels. At 50 lumens. A white screen wouldn't stand a chance against it. That's what I said when I get people come in. Majority, most of the screens, we're going to run into a white screens. We're going to run into gray screens out there. It'd be rare I would bump into a gray screen out there. We're going to all white screens. Every single outdoor screen for outside, and there's millions of those screens. They're all white. That's what our technology can do for those screens. So yeah, that screen thing you see sitting on that website, that thing's going to make millions of dollars. Green screen. So imagine you coming out of an environment. Like I said, with a projector, you paid $5,000 for. Because every time you bump into an environment with a white screen, the projector's always through the roof, because they can't get the screen to work. That's why. That's why it's high-powered projectors in there trying to get that screen to work. They don't realize that they're washing out their own screen. So the higher you go on your lumen count, you think for some reason that whatever picture you're displaying off your projector, when it's traveling across the room, that it's protected because of the lumen count. All right, so you need 2,000 to hit the screen. You got 30,000 on the projector. You roughly aim with 5,000. You still are going to wash out your screen. 7,000 ain't going to help you. That's additional light hitting your screen. It's going to wash it out even faster. Your screen can't absorb light. That's the problem. That's why it washes out, because it can't absorb. Now, you kill the absorption rate, which means you turn out the lights, the chances improve. Purple screen. Now, for most people think I'm just speaking a bunch of humbo jumbo. Well, when I see you in court, it's the same thing I'm going to say to you. Exactly what you hear me say right now is the exact same thing I'm going to say to you in court. So if you can't answer me here, you're going to have to answer me there. And we have proof right there. It runs. I mean, our technology, if we couldn't read the white levels, there's no way in the world to ever read the full color. It's virtually impossible. Look how bitter they get at the end of the day. Well, your product don't pull jack in the day. It don't pull jack. It don't pull Jill. And it don't pull the freaking hill that they just try to climb up. Our product is obsolete. Your gray screens are obsolete. Even the high ones that have ambient light rejection don't have ambient light rejection, because we have ambient light rejection technology. You don't have to turn out your lights. That's the purpose of ambient light rejection technology. I swear, this industry really gets on my nerves than to take. How do people become so snowflakey? How? It's like, some people in they understand what I'm talking about, but the other half, basically, at the end of the day, are just lost in this freaking, I don't know what's going on. It's like watching you guys try to breathe through jello. Like, what goes on in your brain at the end of the day? You do know that stuff doesn't work, right? So if it takes a lawsuit to be filed against you to understand that your stuff doesn't work, then so be it. I'll take you to court and sue you. Because again, it doesn't work. I buy your stuff, I bring it over here, a gray screen, man, I better be to turn my lights on, that thing better fire. I want to see star fields, I want to see color levels. I ain't calibrating jack at the end of the day, by the way. And I will buy me a projector on it, $200, and it better work. Why would a $200 projector work? I've been on the forum site for that one already. Why do I have to spend 4K, money for 4K projector? Why? Or spend money for a 1080p projector? Why? Why do I need 1.7 billion colors in a projector? Why do I need all that? Y'all can't even see half the stuff in y'all projector. How you gonna advise me to buy something you can't even see? Dark brown. You can't even read dark colors. Y'all completely skip this whole section. I've watched your demonstrations. Not one of you have ever pulled a dark brown screen in your demonstrations because you can't see it. Oh, now the white screen is what the white screen is. It's a low budget screen. It is going to have that issue. That's what a white screen is going to do. We all know that. That's the cheapest screen you can get. You're expected that's going to happen. But a gray screen, you're in there ranting at the high top of your lungs from, oh, we read 100% contrast, we read perfect color, it's like watching the town crier. You don't read anything. Red screen. Your stuff outdated. The minute the gunmetal first shows its head, your stuff outdated. It doesn't read. Now, if you feel, now you know what I'm going to say at the end of the day, so you know what's coming. If you feel that any demonstration I did here is completely false, sign the contract, see us in court. That's all you have to do. And I'll do the same thing I just did here at a 50 lumen projector in that courtroom. I'll do to your product. And I'll guarantee it doesn't read. Let's go with green screen. Now you're probably thinking today, why would I do this? Why? Because you rip off the consumer. That's why you do it. Don't you know that's what your job is in the day, to provide the consumer a service, to give them the best screen you possibly can? That's what your job is to do, right? Not lie about it. Purple screen. The industry used to be a beautiful place to do business. Now you got a bunch of junky screen paints that can't back themselves up, light dependent on it, and a bunch of knockoff projectors. It's all trash. That's what it is. Consumer comes in and they buy a projector for the first time, end up getting one of these freaking Galaxy Stargate 7745. So it's like a starship off Star Trek. Some crappy, cheap, garbage projector, and then they get married to a freaking gray screen paint that can't do jack, even worse, a white screen. And then when they contact us, well, we can't help them because the projector they got, we can't support it. Oh, my goodness. That's a shame. That's a shame. It becomes nothing but just rip off. And the big top certifies, hey, you guys ain't so, it's a, what do you call, perfect either, because you do provide better technology than the rest of them, but you don't read black at all. Period. Don't pick up. We got some dark purple here. Let's just check out some dark purple. Look at that. Look how horrible that is. It doesn't even pick up the commercials. This is supposed to be high-grade paint. Oh, what are we supposed to say? 4K snow screensaver. Yeah, that's our white level on 50 lumens next to a screen that's a light gray. Mind you, in the theory of the light gray screen, it's supposed to turn our technology unwatchable. That's going to be very, very expensive loss, just so you know. Very expensive. So 50 lumens, 720p Maxsonic projector. This is under 600 by 800 with those specifications. It's able to read a white level on our technology next to a gray screen that claim to turn us up unwatchable. If I catch you, you better delete quick. If my people catch you doing one of those false demonstrations, this is going to cost you so much money. You're going to have to reincarnation 8 times before you can break even with the interest on what we're about to hit you with. It's going to be bad. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be really, really bad. And we can give you a considerable amount of jail time because, again, it's fraud against my business. So I would advise you, but if you have, try to delete it as fast as possible before one of my people bump into it and get a recording on it. Here we go again. Still waiting for that one happening. So for those you don't know, for the people I have to speak to, we have individuals that were so jealous of our products, they did these fake demonstrations. They claimed that our products came out so dark against their products became unwatchable. So, as I said before, you better pray that Matrix or one of the other people that are floating around online right now, scouring, looking for stuff, you better pray they have not bumped to one of those videos. Because if you get if we get that flash drive, if we record it, you're screwed. You're going to jail, or at least you know in the door. We're all going to file criminal charges. And you can roughly read 10, 20 years for a fraud charge. We'll take you to federal court, so they're not going to get you more time. So when you see me in that courtroom, my purpose is 2 things. Clean your clock and take whatever you have from you and take as much out of your life source as I possibly can, which means as much time as we can give you in jail, I'm happy with it. You shouldn't have made that statement. So consider when the letter gets there, you just destroyed your life because we found one of your videos. So you better get to hunting. If I do this to you in the courtroom, can you imagine being in the courtroom and you made all these videos saying that our product came out this dark and we're sitting in there with a 50 lumen projector way lower than what you use in your demonstration, more light in your environment, and we do this to you in there? You know how screwed you are? How far can you put your head between your legs? You don't have to kiss your behind goodbye. I look forward to finding you guys at the end of the day. And there won't be no plea deals. I don't want to hear jack from your attorneys. I don't want to hear jack from you. I don't want to hear jack from your family at the end of the day. Pay me, because you owe me. Whatever time I can give you in lockup, well, you're going to get it. I show you no mercy. Common sense should have told you at the end of the day. Don't do dumb stuff around, Mr. Bird. All right, look at that. Let's go back to this one over here. We got the light gray. Light gray. Oh, I gotta do a video on this. I gotta do a video. Can we get a gray screen to make our product turn dark? Let's go with the darker mix. No, where's the other mix at? Where'd the other one go? We gotta do another one. This one. Definitely gonna be doing some videos on this. I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'm turning this one off. I'm gonna be using this one, 50 lumens. Oh, we're gonna need that. That's 300 lumens. We'll switch to 50. Now we're going with the mid gray. I wonder if the mid gray can make my product look unwatchable. Let's see. Let's go with that cottage first. You guys are so screwed. Actually, I found 5 videos from somebody. I'm not going to mention your name, who you are, but just to let you know, we know where you lay your head at the end of the day. We know who you are, and we've seen the videos. So, we'll see you in court shortly. Also check your finances too. Shame, gonna lose so much for something so stupid at the end of the day. I can't mention his name. You'll see it when we get to court and they post him. He's gonna lose. Don't do that to you. Oh, Charlamagne 5, you did that too, didn't you? You claimed to get an unboxing product from me. Did the unboxing and claimed my product came out dark. I'm gonna let you know something, buddy. Sorry to say it, but you're losing the house. He's gonna lose his house. He can't pay that kind of money out. The lawyers are taking over that. I got no say in that. But you did do that. I have your YouTube channel where basically we have recordings of you showing an unboxing video and showing our name on the box, saying it's our product that you purchased from us, fake receipts, and then continue to go in and do YouTube demonstrations saying our product came out that dark. You don't remember that, buddy? It even got your face in the thumbnail with taking your picture right next to the receipts. We even used my copyrights without my permission. So, no plea deal at the end of the day. I'm gonna let the attorneys take over this. That's their job. I don't got nothing to do with this. You're gonna lose your house, so you know that. You don't have the type of money to pay me. He got on camera. He cried about losing his house. He said, "I'm gonna lose my house." Yeah, it's not a threat. It's a promise. You are gonna lose your house. And whatever else you have, I'm taking it too. Wherever they're gonna take whatever they want to take. I got no say in that. I don't get involved in that. I gave you an opportunity out. You didn't take it. Should have took the opportunity. Well, look at that. Now that's a mid-gray. We got a light gray, mid-gray, and now we got a dark gray to go next to that. And none of them is able to turn my screen unwatchable. And I got a 50 lumen projector I'm running right now. I wonder what's going on here. What's going on? Now mine, like I said, for you guys in the day, we're talking, this is all fake. Sign the contract. Don't talk trash. Because if I find your video, you talking trash, I'm going to force you to go to court. Which means you're going to file a lawsuit against you. Which means you can't get around that one at all, period. You don't have the option to sign. You will go into court. You made a statement about my product, right? Hope you'll be to back it up when we get there. Now, if you're feeling nervous because you made one of these videos and you don't know whether or not, what if my people found your video, made a recording, I can't tell your YouTube channel who we found, who didn't found. That's your paranoid nightmare you have to deal with. You have to figure out when it's coming. But I can guarantee you, when you do get that envelope, I guarantee you, you're going to beat yourself. Now, lawsuit's heavy. It's a heavy lawsuit. And jail time, if you're found guilty, it's pretty heavy. But remember, you are grown men and women at the end of the day. Remember that. Anytime you see a judge and you go in and you start crying and whining, crocodile tears, what do you got to do in the day to make the judge feel sorry for you, to be lenient towards you? He can't help you in that situation. We got so much evidence. It's not even funny. You're a grown man. The judge is going to say, you're a grown man, you're a grown woman, you know the difference. You got kids, and how are you training them at the end of the day to grow up? All right then. Then just take the hit and deal with it. That first day in lockup is going to be a doozy. Some of you are not even ready for that. Want to play it again? Now, you know I'm going to have a field day with you in court, right? I'm going to play it again, and again, and again, and again. Like, look at this. Look at this. Compared to your video when you're side by side next to our video. So that means that all these people were so mad at Mr. Bird's product, so jealous of my product, that they went out and had a conspiracy ring to try to take me out. Interesting, we're talking about contrast at one point, right? Y'all can't read contrast for jack on this junky technology. I wouldn't call it technology today. I call it house paint. You guys have house paint. So you can't beat my screen at the end of the day. My technology could easily, our new gamer paint could easily match your white levels with no problem. And crush you in color. Crush you in contrast. I can't compete with this paint. Anybody willing to put a wager up? How much money are you willing to put up? You can't take my paint. None of y'all want to make that mistake, do you? Oh, let's get the gray one. We got a dark gray one next. This is the next one. this one, we did three shapes, right? You're screwed. You're screwed. For the 5 people we found these videos on, you're screwed on so many levels. It's not even funny. Don't bother selling your stuff. Don't bother trying to redirect your money. Like if you don't own the house, man, I got a cyber investigator. He'll dig through everything, which means all your transaction books, all that, the whole 9 yards, everything. If that money changes hands, we'll know about it. Then you hit with bank fraud charges, and whoever decided to basically take the whatever and point it to their house and look like they're making payments, they'll get hit with that too. Lawsuits will follow in their direction also. You're screwed. Did I make this a part of the video? I didn't, or did I? I just thought I put this in here for fun. I told you, I have a habit of doing stuff like that. I have a habit of making a video, but then we do some crazy stuff off the wall, out of nowhere. Because I like to do that kind of stuff. My stuff is tested. I can do this. Your stuff is not tested. So, question. How in the world did you guys do videos saying that my product came out so dark was unwatchable, and yet I just showed 3 different shades of screen paint mixes, and none of them turned my screen dark? How? We're not on a ultra short though high-end projector, are we? Mine, that projector sits closer than my Maxsonic over here. It's 50 lumens. So how's a black technology read a white level that's hitting with 50 lumens? And right now, the lights over top, we're roughly around 6,000 over top. How? Little message to you at the end of the day. You have no more future. Do you understand that? For those of the people that did this to my company, you don't have a future anymore. It's gone. I'm going to make you penniless, and I'm going to basically take it all from you. Do you understand me? Because you had no right coming in, and I worked very hard on my products. Very hard. I put a lot of long hours in, and some days I worked when I was sick. There are some days I worked when I was near death. I love my business, and you try to destroy my work. So I'm going to return the favor right back at you. This time, we'll be in a courtroom, and I guarantee when I get you there, you'll have nothing left to your name when you leave out of there. I will make sure the debt collectors that I hire will freeze everything. It'll be like a nuclear winter in your backyard when we get done with you. You don't have access to no banking accounts, no credit cards. We will bring everything down to absolute zero. And your credit report, what do you have for your credit score, won't even exist when we get done with it. This is what you brought on. So, good luck. You're going to need it. I warned you when I was on camera multiple times about you don't want this. Trust me. Now you're about to get it. Blue screen. Now, you can get a lawyer at the end of the day and try to reach out to me and try to get a plea deal, but I'm explaining something to you from the door. Don't bother. No plea deals. I want everything, and I want a good chunk of your time, which means that if I can get you 20 years in the prison system, I'm taking it. That's what I want. And at the age that you guys are today, you don't have 20 years to spare. 20 years should be spent on watching your grandkids. 20 years should be spent on watching you look at the fruits of your labor. 20 years should be spent you basically spending the last little bit of time you have on this earth with the ones you love most. Unfortunately, for some of you, you'll spend that 20 years in a lockup unit. And you will be broke because you won't have a dime to your name when we get done with you. This would be the time to panic. Red screen. You have options here. You got options? You don't have any options. Sorry about that. My bad. Well, if you get on your channel and you start ranting and carrying on about my demonstrators are fake, well, we find it. We'll force you to go to court. And you'll basically back on what you say, because that's still defamation at the end of the day. Or you can sign the contract and be a man for the first time in your life and walk us into a courtroom and let's get it done. And you see, if you do it that way, there's no jail time behind the back of those things. Because it's an agreement to a contract. If we want to file for criminal charges, we're just going to deny and say no. We just want the lawsuit, that's it. So you can sign, walk in, and back up what you said, or you can wait until we basically get things together and then have an attorney contact and do it that way. Then you may face jail time, or you will face jail time. It's fraud against my business. So which one is it? Not a good decision either way, right? But remember, you're adults at the end of the day. You know the difference between right and wrong, right? When you walk into a bank, deposit money, right? You don't go in there with a shotgun and ski mask and rob the place, right? That would be wrong, right? You don't want to go to jail. Who wants to go to jail? But if you did walk in there, what's going to happen? Consequences. There's consequences of everything in life. Your parents teach you this, don't they? When they kick you behind for doing dumb stuff, it's called consequences. You break your neighbor's windows, your pop comes up there and whips you behind for doing so. Consequences in life. You're adults now. You should know better. You got kids, and we have got families at the end of the day. And don't bring kids into this. I'm sorry, but we're past that point now. If you say you can't, it's not my problem at the end of the day. Find a family member or somebody can help you out, you know what I mean, whatever. It's not my problem. My job is to go in to protect my company at all costs. Which means that if we find your video, at the end of the day, we're going to prosecute you to a maximum sentence. And I will use you as an example. I explained to the judge that we have trolls in the day. We need him to be used as an example. Which means you'll be hit with everything, including the kitchen sink and so. So crime won't help you, or wetting yourself, or fainting and all that nonsense, because I've seen quite a few things in court. It won't help you at all. So this dark gray, this is supposed to be the dark gray product. This is supposed to give you better color and contrast. What is going on here? If we challenge your company in court, you got to deal with this too also. Jeez, I sell this stuff. People have this stuff on their walls. I'm sorry. I couldn't imagine buying something like this and getting this result like, the freak did I just pay for? Yeah, that's what all is. This is horrible. All right, I got to check for an order coming through. I got some stuff I got to do and some business to take care of. My goodness. I didn't mention anything about this because I do this in my videos. For those who don't know, I randomly just throw things in there for fun because I like to do stuff like that. So, imagine me in a courtroom with you, and I just randomly throw things in there for fun. It's going to be a scary place for some people. I'll tell you one thing I enjoy watching. When I lean over and look at you on the other end, I look at your feet, look at your hands, and I look at that water glass on the table, the glass of water on the table, because they're telltale signs. Your legs are constantly shaking. You don't know what to do. Your hands going to put it on top of the desk, under the desk, between your legs. Sometimes you put your head down, but you're constantly reaching for that water. Because you know what happens in the courtroom? Cottonmouth. People's mouths get real dry. Nerves kick in, stress, headaches, and those legs are constantly shaking, constantly shaking, constantly shaking, constantly shaking. Nervous. I've seen it too many times to count. I can reach you a mile away. You can't even make eye contact with me in that situation. You're just praying to God the entire time that hopefully this goes away, but it won't. Close your eyes, make yourself believe you're not there, and when you open up, you're there. I feel sorry for you people. I really do. For those who crossed our path, I feel really sorry for you. You really messed up. I would have preferred if you just left my company alone and let me work on my studies and my projects and stuff like that. Let me be. I would prefer that. Now I gotta go take your lives away from me. This is messed up. I gotta sue people at the end of the day. You will not win these lawsuits. Our stuff is back on every level. I made sure, because you know why? Because me, myself. That's why I made sure all my stuff was back. Because God forbid, if I ran into somebody like me at the end of the day, or everything has to be done by the book, that'd be terrifying. I'm my worst critic at the end of the day. Everything has to be done to perfection. That's why I can do this kind of stuff at the end of the day. This is why I put in the massive long hours. You know what testing I had to go through for that sun technology out there? Get me different how many types of hills I had to climb with heavy bags of equipment, roasting in the sun, sweating. Can't breathe half the time because the heat was out there. It was so horrible to breathe. But I got it done. Because I'd be darned if I let anybody sit there and say my product doesn't work. I get it done, gentlemen. So that same force of energy and hard work every day, that's what you'll face in the courtroom. You will not win it, I guarantee you. sad thing about it is the outcome of it all. We can't even, man, if I try, no, I'm not doing that. We try to give you guys breaks. It's no point. Just get it over and done with. Move on. Got no time for this nonsense. So, with that being said, well, your paints are trash. They don't work. If you feel that your paints do work, take me to court and sue me on it. So you guys basically do corporate contrast level and color, but you don't. So that's a waste of time. And you wasted so much time trying to prove that this junk works at the end of the day, that you're too far behind on developing new technology. So good luck on that one. I swear. Unbelievable. You know, I expected from you guys at the end of the day, better challenge. At least better challenge. Oh man, that would have been fantastic. And if you had beat one of my paints, it would have been amazing at the end of the day to find somebody better challenge. Y'all don't do that at all, period. Y'all stupid, dumb stuff at the end of the day. Now, to be fair, like I said, the other gray screen paints, they had nothing to do with this. Pro HD, no, good company. I bought from them before, very professional. I think everybody on eBay I purchased from, besides Pro, all of them were professional to the T. All of them professionals. They don't do that dumb nonsense. The only two people, only one person who did the doxing and carrying on and all that stuff, that's James did all that nonsense. But then look what he does. He's a career criminal. The guy rips on people trademarks, so you know exactly what to deal with that mess. Rogers lies. Rogers couldn't back anything up. And Rogers gave me back my money. That's what I felt very disappointed about Mr. Rogers at the end of the day. Yeah, that's funny of a name called Mr. Rogers. But anyway, I just felt that was so disappointing that I thought at once when I saw you developing a black screen paint, now despite the fact you guys were hounding my emails and telling me at the end of the day that I'm going out of business, whatever. But anyway, you know, I was expecting better from you because I know you seem a little bit more intelligent than the rest of them. And I was expecting such a better challenge from you. But you gave me back my money. That's the part that sucks. I couldn't care less about your product at all, period. Nobody wanted to begin with. It's water paint. But you couldn't stand behind it. That's what I found so disrespectful to the home theater community. You couldn't stand behind your product. You gave me back my money. $700? And then you pulled your website down. Literally got him to pull his website down too. In the middle of I needed all the paint, so what it's going to collect all of them in my book. And the last one went to order. He pulls, I got it recorded. It's documented. It's right on the blacklist. You pulled your website. Got a 404 error code from Squarespace. So, yeah. You got to be kidding me. Then you cancel out 13.8 million people out of the state of Pennsylvania because you're afraid of my company, and 9 more states including that. Even out of Texas, because I got people in Texas who are going to buy your stuff. Who knocked out Texas. What? That's pathetic, man. Seriously, that's pathetic. And at the end of the day, for the rest of you people at the end of the day, we know people do support us. Thank you so much. But for the other half of the day, we feel that we don't care about your money. Why would I care about your little nickels and dimes at the end of the day? I know what you're faced with. There's no one to take our screens on. No one. There's nobody. We tested everybody. There's nobody left. We can't find anybody. I even went all the way to Ireland to get a screen called Smarter Surface. It failed against our technology. So if you tell me at the end of the day you don't want to buy my product, what do I care? What you stuck with? You're stuck with a gray screen that doesn't read color, as you see right there. No matter what shade you make it don't work on a 50 lumen projector. You're stuck with a white screen that doesn't read for jack. And for those of you that really don't want to spend the money, $3,000, $7,000 for a projection screen that can't read 100% contrast, when you already spent another $3 to $4 grand for a projector, and you're probably $11,000 in the hole. Yeah, that was a fantastic financial move, especially when things are costing so much money. I don't think you want to go that route. So we opt you out. You're screwed. I'm going to go to a TV. Please, I got technology. I can pull right next to a TV and beat the crap out of a gray screen at the same time at 300 lumens. Did it already. And then with the new technology, who's developing new technology for 26, 27, and 28? We are. Because we got technology that reads outside in the daytime. So we opt you out. That's it. There is no place to go. Thank God we haven't become to the point we got to the point where, we should just charge a ton of money because they ain't got no choice but to buy from us. Yeah, we literally could do that. But we're not. Because if I do that, that means that makes me just like the certified, which I don't want to be like the certified. I want a technology that everybody can afford, and we know that we can come down to a level that the certified can't reach. That's the way to stick it to them. Anyway, so yeah. And then in between all that, we got all you haters out there that are mad at the end of the day because you can't beat Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird has kicked your behind on every single level you can possibly think of. Again, I got you to return my money. I shut down your websites because you turn around and you shut your sites down because you're afraid to buy, who wants to buy from you. We got you to shut down eBay listings. We got you drop your Facebook accounts. And we got so much evidence on you of you doing the dumbest things you could possibly think of. We could lock you up forever and take every dime from you. And for your effort, what have you got done? What have you done in your effort? All that campaigning, right? All that campaigning, all that hard work that you put in, wasted time, you will never, ever get back in your life. That's the lightest screen to the darkest screen. All that hard work you put in, what did you get out of it? Nothing. You wasted your time. That's what you did. You wasted your time, right? You take down my company? No. Destroy my company? No. You wasted time you'll never get back. And now you wasted more time because once we throw you to the prison system, well, that's the end of that. What you should have been doing, you should have been working on a better product. That's what you should have been doing. I don't care if you talk trash or not, you should have been working on a better product. If you had to swoop down to criminal activity to prove that your product works or somebody else's product doesn't work, then you're not a good businessman. You're a criminal. Now, I'm going to crush both of your screens at the same time while I show off a contrast level that you can't even begin to even read on a projector that's 50 lumens. Before we end the video. And you naysayers can sit back and cry. You gotta kick somebody behind every freaking time. You get bored of this, I'm very young. That paint's like garbage. Now, if you don't like what I said, get a lawyer, take him to court. Prove to me that your product is 100% black level. And if you don't back that up, what's going to happen? I'm going to reverse that on you. And I'm going to show that you ripped off your own consumers at the end of the day, lied to them, telling them you had a black level. It's going to get far worse than that for you. Until then, everybody of YouTube, this is what gray screens really do. You see that thumbnail with all that flames in the background? That's your money at the end of the day. So they sold you a screen that doesn't work. Let's have a little more fun here. Starfield screensaver. I'm going to show you what you do to your courtroom. This is going to be funny. I'm going to have a ball with it. Starfield screensaver. I'm really going to do this to you in the courtroom. I'm not joking with you. I'm going to show you Starfield. Blow your screen out of the water. I'm going to do this to you. 4K snow screensavers. Because you made the statement my stuff was so dark it's unwatchable, right? You made that statement, right? That's what you said? Now, my product's supposed to be dark, right? So if it's so dark you can't see it. That's the statement you guys made, right? I can't even tell you how much you're going to sue for making that statement. I can't tell you. It's going to be bad, but I can't tell you. I can tell you one thing, you are going to faint when you see the numbers. It's going to look like your social security number. Jeez, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. Now, for those who sit back and say, well, I don't have the money, it's not about you not having the money. It's to put you under so much debt it'll crush you in the process to think about it. That's what it's for. Now, how are you going to get around that, gentlemen? How are you going to get around it? Didn't you just make a statement that Mr. Bird's product comes out so dark it's unwatchable? How are you going to get around that in court? Your lawyer is going to walk out of the courtroom. Matter of fact, I'll send it to your lawyer. I bet you I can get your lawyer to drop your case before before you, I'll bet you I can get him to drop your case. I'll send him. He can come over and see it for himself if he wants to. So you made demonstrations saying that my product came out so dark that no one should buy it because it's a scam. It's everyday black paint, right? For you guys who made those statements, remember that, right? Now imagine your lawyer coming over and seeing this. What is the likely chance of him taking your case? He has to explain to the judge, yeah, the reason why we're dropping the case because we got a chance to see the screen for ourselves, and the screen doesn't do exactly what the person you guys guess who hired you doesn't do. A judge sees that, that's going to be hurtful to your case, and no attorney will take your case after that. Because what happened to your last attorney? Well, you know, the guy invited him over, and you saw the screen. What happened? It didn't do exactly what I said it did. Well, I can't take your case. I guarantee you. I can block any lawyer from taking your case. 4K Snow Screensaver Cottage. Oh, I can't do that in corporate. I want to so bad. I just want to look at you and smile the whole time. Just be smiling at you. How you doing over there? Gonna walk out there like the Monopoly guy. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200 or like $2 million. It's gonna be higher than that. So, come on, what's going on, people? Come on. Some people say, well, it's using special camera tricks that'll cost you millions of dollars too. Be careful about saying that one. We're not gonna find that one either. Again, if you feel that I'm using anything in this video that's not real, sign it. Let's go to court. If not, be careful what you say because you never know who's watching what you do. Well, it looks like the game paint's not having a problem here either. Let's see, we got some other snow levels on here. We got this little White Castle in the background over here. You don't even pick up the TV shows correctly. I can't read contrast for Jack. Oh, I'm going to embarrass you guys so badly. I got this screen I want to do for the showroom. One has painted with y'all stuff. Like you got a lighter and a grayer. We're going to blow y'all stuff clean out of the water on 200 inches. What happened here? Our screen didn't go dark yet. I've been trying my hardest to do this. Didn't seem to be working. You guys are screwed. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. I guarantee some of you getting divorces out of this. I guarantee. If your wife found out at the end of the day that instead of you basically searching it or whatever heck you call yourself doing, you were doing dumb stuff to destroy their livelihood, you just man, you got a divorce coming. I guarantee you. They're gonna call me, you know that, right? If they call me, I'm explaining everything to them. Heck, I'll send them down the product themselves. I can see for them own selves. Since you failed to buy from us. Oh, by the way, we want our receipts when we get to court. Because you made statements that you purchased, we want to know, we want those receipts. But anyway, getting back to this. So how come my screen's not turning a couple? Maybe I'm using a high-power projector like McAfee that was using, a very high-lumen projector. That's a 50-lumen Maxsonic. Yeah. They can't even read a black level on your gray screen mags. He said, but he uses high-end. Again. He got so many lawsuits coming his way, it's not funny. He says so much dumb stuff on camera. So much dumb stuff. Another person's going to cry like a baby in court. 4K white screensaver, snow levels. Oh, we got one right down here. Could you use that one? Oh, it's from over here. Look at that. So we did it. Oh, wait a minute. I should have did transition with the Sony. That would be fun to watch. Now, what I did in this demonstration, I took the darkest mix next to the lightest mix. At 50 lumens, we're not reading anything. Oh, you didn't pick up that either? Not that. And we'll move it on, because y'all getting crushed in these other segments here. Oh, didn't even do. What happened? What happened? I thought this screen was going to turn black. What happened? Oh man, don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad. Those of you upset, don't worry, we'll see you in court. That's what we'll let you know that. Those of you, we know who you are, we'll see you in court. Don't get attached to your stuff. And I would advise you right now, enjoy your freedom as much as you possibly can, because soon that's going to go bye-bye. Because in federal court, I get you 20 years for what you just did. 20 years. Some of you in your 50s right now. 20 years. Some people don't make it past 65 or 60. And that kind of stress you're having there at the end of the day, you may not make it at all. Some people don't even make it on the first day, and that's nothing to do with stress. Wow, look at that. I got to go to another forum site and have some fun with this. I'm going to basically beat the crap out of your products over there. So we had a black technology here. Not like Dandy, not gray Dandy. This is not gray. This is actual black. You got a black technology that can read a white level this high. I like this one. I've never seen this one before. Now, to our customers who basically appreciate what we do, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We do. When we develop our products, I develop my products. I work hard for my products, for my customers. That's it. You're not one of my customers, I don't work for you. My product is not for you at the end of the day. You don't like what I do, it's not for you. You go settle with whatever's out there, we don't care. But for my customers at the end of the day who appreciate what we do, we work hard for them to give them the very best. Any one of my customers can beat the crap out of your products. I told you, my customers' demonstrations are so immaculate, they're better than those who sell products themselves. You guys have seen that video I did, which shows Jamie inside with Frankenstein washed out, and my customers outside watching a demonstration. My customers' demonstrations are better than those who sell them. That speaks volumes right there. Because we don't rip our customers off at the end of the day. We're going to take our freaking specification sheets if you don't know how to make product correctly. How is mine? What is going on? Wait. I want to do, what do you, y'all can't do contrast. There's no point in contrast. Forget it, because you don't want me to read it. Sony, 1 hour demonstration. I'm not doing the 1 hour. I want to do the transition. Now, for those who don't know, on a serious note, the transition stage. A transition stage on a projection screen means it has to be a switch to multiple colors and contrast and white levels all at the same time without basically having any form of difficult issues. Watch this. See, they can't read color. Where's the rest of the screen? I'm gonna have to make me a new splatter screen with y'all paint at the end of the day. I'm gonna put y'all on one side. I'm gonna put on a big, see, we got a 65-inch coming in on one of these. I bought 2 of them. So I'm gonna take the 65-inch and I'm gonna put you on a splatter screen. I'm gonna display you everywhere I go on site. So what's going on here? See how see the transition here? See the transition on this one? See how we're in blue? And y'all don't read the blue. Where's your color at? Now see that washed out faded look? You remember the demonstration? They all do it, by the way, not just Jamie. Don't put the blame on just him. They all do it. They lie. I'm not saying they all lie. Let's say Jamie lies. They just, at the end of the day, should know that their screens are not going to read that color. But they think they're seeing the color. That's why you do a lot of demonstrations with the lights out. But if you notice, when you saw Jamie's image in the school where he was doing the island scenery, remember the blue water? Look how the faded the blue water looks. There you go, exactly the same way we saw in the demonstration he was displaying. That's why we knew the birds and that island you were showing in that demonstration, they were completely washed out. You're colorblind. You are literally colorblind. You get your eyes checked. You wear glasses, don't you? You need to get your eyes checked. You're definitely colorblind. I don't know how in the world you don't see that. Mind, you're at 50 lumens. We're not on a high-powered machine. You're colorblind. Especially when I saw the Frankenstein. They did that demonstration with the reds were all washed. Like, look at how amazing the color. Oh my goodness, he's freaking colorblind. Yeah, literally bought screen paint from a person that's colorblind. Look, not even picking up. It's just not registering, not reading. Now we're getting to the white levels. So we read the white levels and we read the contrast levels. Because that lake over there is kind of a dark blue and it's not picking up. Tell you. Now for people who have not bought anything yet, that's what I said, deal with us only. As for everybody else, man, those people dealt with them, you reap what you sow, and you got what you paid for. You got a crappy product, that's what you got. Only people we see helping out at the end of the day is any of his followers that are people at the end of the day that didn't know better. We call them victims. Yes, For those of you who we know who stood behind that nonsense, man, go kick rocks. We don't want your money at all. Good luck with your gray screen. We don't want your money. Because I had somebody contact me one time saying, well, I was a supporter of Fernando, so and so, blah, 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 blah. And what are you calling me for? Well, you know, you want what? You want the product? We can't sell you the product. All right, have a good day. If you want it, don't mention his name. We don't serve the people who basically were for that. You stay with what you got. That's what you stay with what you got. Be happy with what you got. You spent all that money for a projector and you're not getting what you paid for. Getting this ashy look to your screen. No. Now, for those who want to get mad at me, he's not professional. I am professional at the end of the day. I can serve who I want to do business with. If I don't want to do business with you, I don't have to do business with you. That's how it works. You go into a restaurant, do they have to serve you? No, they don't. You go to buy sneakers, do they have to sell to you? No, they don't. No one has to sell you anything if they don't want to. It's up to them whether or not they give you their service. That's what you have to understand. Look at the reds on here. Cool. Look how horrible this stuff is. Look at the reds. That's why you guys are in there calibrating, man. My goodness. I expected that. When the new black technology comes out, for the SFEG technology comes out, we expect better. We don't, because one of you guys will just know tomorrow. I'm not going to bother with this. The paints we have get easy, take you guys up, no problem. I want to have fun with this. So I'm going to wait till I get that black technology at 100%, and I'm going to alter and change the color of your screen when you lay against it. So like Unicron, swallow the planets. All right, transition time. As you can see, no blues are picking up. It's going to transition to black, which you have to be to do this. And if you do this in the dark, you have failed, which I watch multiple certified screens do this one. And when it comes to the dark levels, we turn out the lights, which is supposed to be ambient light rejection technology. How does it work? Now, for those of you in the comment section think, well, you know, everybody in the comment section, but you're in there thinking at the end of the day, you're saying, well, if I get a better projector, you've already failed the test. You failed. If you have to buy, my projector costs $75 here. If you have to buy a projector with a higher contrast, and you have to darken your environment, you failed already. You wasted your money. See the money in the thumbnail on fire? That's what you've done. Just take your money out of your wallet, credit cards, all that. You go outside, get yourself a trash can, a little lighter fluid, and just throw your stuff in there. That's what you just did. Because you should be to read this. You should definitely be to read that with no problem. So in the back of your mind, you're thinking that, well, if I have to turn the lights out, you lost. If I got to calibrate, you lost. I spend more money for a more expensive projector to fix the crap that I can't see right now on the screen, you lost. If you got a business at the end of the day and you bought that paint or whatever you have, a gray screen, that gray screen period, you've lost. And if I didn't add that in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time, you lost. Your stuff don't work. I got people that I chill with, they tell you, man, can I see you here telling them over and over and over again. And these guys just keep dealing with this gray mixture, gray stuff, and your stuff don't work. And we got to come to y'all channel, laugh at y'all for about a couple hours because your stuff don't work. And you come over here and get mad at me at the end of the day, and you say a bunch of nonsense that, again, will land you in court, get you sued. Your stuff don't work. You want to sign a contract saying your stuff works? Anybody willing to sign a contract? Any gray screen, I don't care who you are you willing to sign a contract telling me that your stuff actually does work? Any of you? I'm going to put that on my website for that one. I'm going to put that, I'll build a page for it, and it's a challenge for anyone. I'm going to hook it up so when we attach it to Google, it links to everything. So everybody can pull it up. If there's certain keywords, it'll read on everything. If I got to get a keyword for everything that hits on your freaking keyboard, if you type an L, something pops up, I'm going to make it so. I want that contract to pop up everywhere. Challenge us. Walk us to court. I guarantee you, take yourself out. I guarantee you don't need contrast levels. I guarantee you not ambient light rejection technology. I guarantee you. So then, look at this mess. As I told before, Fernando, I could crush all your screen paints in one hit. I could do two at the same time and wipe them out. I can operate fully lit environments. You cannot do this. I run at projectors way below what usually your specifications. If he makes it darker, it fails. If he makes it lighter, it fails. That's the problem with gray screens. They don't have that anymore. They used to have that ability to be better than other screens. And white screens, of course, is that, but they don't have that ability anymore. So even if you make it darker, it fails. But when you make them darker, the white levels drop dramatically. When those white levels start dropping dramatically as the darker you make them, they try to pick up the contrast level, your sacrifice field starts to pick up. Now, if you make them lighter to pick up higher white levels, that means your contrast fails. It's kind of a back and forth kind of thing. You'll never be able to hit middle ground, ever. Not possible with them. Can't hit middle ground. Look at that. Look at that. Look how bad that is. We're going to hit the color pretty soon, people. We're going to hit the color. Now, while you guys are doing that, I got to go do something. Actually, I want to stay right here and watch this. Now, already I know you haters at the end of the day are upset and angry. You are. You're upset and angry. Right now, you're probably screaming into a pillow. Probably said my name about 13, 14 times a day. Pretty sure you did. All right? And your family's probably tired of hearing my name. But when you do stuff like that, you know what happens? Now, if I heard my brother screaming and carrying on about somebody, you know what I'm going to go look him up. I'm going to say, what the freak is he crying about? Why is he always arguing about this guy? I'm going to go look him up. And then they find me. They see me beating the crap out of your products every freaking day. They see me having stuff on you on the blacklist, watching you cheat, rob, steal. They see me at the end of the day about to file massive lawsuits against you and throw you behind in jail. And the first thing they come back in and tell you what, you better be to back up everything that guy is saying at the end of the day, or you are screwed. I guarantee your family members have told you this. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the part that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot when I say this. A lot. They've had your product because you're your family at the end of the day. But they see what I do to your stuff on a daily basis. They know my stuff is better than yours. Of course, they'll never tell you this, but they know it is. Your wives, your family members, your brothers, your sisters, your fathers, your uncles, they see my technology and they see it's far more advanced than yours. You don't go outside and do demonstrations like us. You don't have tests like us. Heck, my customers' demonstrations are better than your own customer demonstrations. So for that, when they see that at the end of the day, they know my product's better. But they'll never tell you this because, again, they're family at the end of the day. Now, you take one of them up and they get upset with you, and they'll sit there and say, well, his product is better than yours. But it is. And then we got people got mad a few minutes ago. They just left. They got upset and left. Well, it is what it is. The gray screen does not work. And for those of you that are angry and bitter at me at the end of the day because I can back my products up, again, if you feel, forget all that whole, you want to be doxing addresses and all that stuff, that'll get you locked up. This is what you do. Sign the contract and see me in court. That's all you have to do. I don't want to see you crying on your channel, because you cry on your channel, everybody gonna know you're a crybaby. Don't cry on your channel. See us in court. That's all you got to do. I'm gonna do this to your product. Any gray screen. So I get it all day long. Well, my gray screen's not the same as his. Yeah, okay, here you do. Do me a favor. Do Network Gray 773. So that stuff matches everything. Network Gray 773, their sample sheet, the 235 sample sheet is a nightmare for a gray screen. Because they have darkers in there, they have lighters in there, they got mids in there, and they got lights in there. It's a nightmare. You're going to hit either one of them, you're going to have a problem. We can knock that whole thing out, including some black screens at the same time. Like paint on something. We've done all that stuff. That's why we have to call the black person black chest. Anyway, let's get through this mess because this is absolutely horrifying. Poor customers. I feel sorry for that first guy or first lady coming in to go buy himself a nice screen, picked up a nice projector. And they really wanted to get a white screen at first, because white screen, that's what they tell me, the projector's going to do all the work. And then they find it doesn't work. They get lied to. Like I went through with my BenQ MS800. Yeah, I went through the same thing. The white screen was going to, projector was going to fix it. It didn't fix it. So they go through that mess. And if they actually fall into one of these guys and get one of these gray paints or one of these gray certified screens, even worse, and pay $1,500 for one of these screens, and find out they have to be in the dark because the contrast doesn't read even the lights are on, and they don't read the lights off either. And that just hurts. That's a lot of money to cough up, and then find out that you got to need a do-over. So, you know, And then you got these other naysayers out here that spread all these nasty rumors about Mr. Bird by saying that my products literally came out so dark they were unwatchable. And he did a lot of these demonstrations against my products, which let you know I got 60 of your demonstrations in our arsenal to use against you in court. 60 of them. Now, who they came from, we can't tell you. I can tell you we got a lot of them. And those particular videos with you and your face on it, saying things you should not have been saying, walking in the courtroom and do one of these to you, it's going to cost you a lot of money and some time. You don't want to do 20 years, you don't want to pay out millions of dollars on lawsuits, then you're just going to have to prove that my product comes out that dark. Hopefully you were telling the truth, but from what I'm seeing right here, you know you weren't. See, one thing you learn in business, when your product is good, when it's the best and better than everybody else's, you will have masses that will come after you over jealousy. Remember what Cat Williams said about haters? You must be doing something if you got haters. Haters are not going to hate on somebody because they're doing bad. They're going to hate on people that do good. These guys put in so much of an effort of hatred that they've literally got themselves about to be thrown in jail, committed crimes. Literally criminal charges were filed against them. No. Threaten, you have to be over a product to do something that's stupid. There you go. That's ridiculous every time. What? Now what was it? It wasn't the LG. It wasn't Samsung. What's that demonstration? It was LG, right? No, we did the LGs already. It wasn't LG. LG 4K demonstrations. It was Samsung for that. It was Samsung. Oh, no. It was TCL. TCL 4K demonstration. Think of that. I'm going to go this one right here. Which one does it have it doing these? Bam! Can't get the commercials to work. They don't read. I'm just going to stop right there. There we go. Now, like I said, I have fun crushing these guys in the day. It's fun for me. At the end of the day, that's what we do. But the big problem is that the fact in the day that a lot of their customers got ripped off. They got robbed. Especially that guy, which I can't get over. If he ever reaches out to him, I'm going to reach out to him. I hope he speaks English because I heard it's Spanish. I got a friend of mine who'll speak to him and talk to him. And we're going to send him up some free paint to fix his problem with that screen. He should be able to do a 200-inch on that environment. There's light in there. I mean, he got some in there, but no, not what we're used to being in. Yeah, he should have this. That's how his wall should have looked. Even when he opened up the curtains, he should have got that. If I got customers that can do that outside, he should be able to do that inside with no problem. I do want to do his wall up. We'll do it free of charge. Because it should be fixed. That mess is awful. The guy on top of the roof with the Batman screen, oh yeah, recode over that thing, fix that mess. At least you can pick up the black cinema bars in actual black when you're watching Batman. Look at it. Look at that. There you go, picking up. Is my projector too powerful? We have using too much power. Oh my goodness. I can't even look at this. Oh, it's disgusting. I can't look at it. It's horrible. Wow. That paste, that gray, they all do it. And here's the thing. I don't want anybody to think at the end of the day, oh, it's not just him. Even though so many people have been professional, I've done business with, they've been very professional, they're still great paint. They're still going to have the same reaction. Any great paint's going to have a reaction. If you can't read the contrast, this is what you're going to be facing. And for the screens that claim to be black screens, I've seen your stuff. I've gone to your YouTube channels for testing. You're missing a ton of testing on the screens. And one of the testing you're missing the most is the black versus black test. You need to have 60 of those completed before you sell that thing. And if you don't have 60, there's a very important test to be done. you're in a lot of trouble because you sold something. You have no way to back up this. It matches black paint, fabric films, plastic, whatever, even duct tape. You know, we did duct tape one time. And at one point, someone accused me of my hoodie and shirt match. I did that one too for fun. We did the Frankenstein because when we showed you the full video on that, I bet you a lot of you don't see that demonstration, did you? We have a lot of his videos that you have not seen that he got rid of. And when he said that was the final test, that screen looked that bad and that was a final test, yeah. And he's going to try to rip you off and try to make a black paint. He doesn't even know what he's doing. I told you he didn't know what he's doing. That was a final test? Can you imagine if you bought an OLED TV and you turned on and it looked like that? Were you keeping it or getting your money back? What are you going to do? What'd you do? You go get your money back because there's no way in the world your red should ever look that bad. Let's see here. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Oh, this is really bad. Should we do it? Don't get mad, man. Don't get mad. He's probably on his channel ranting right now. I guarantee he's ranting right now. Fernando, stop ranting. Sign contract, see us in court. That's all you got to do. You'll be coming here anyway. That's another thing too, because of my medical problems in the day. Anyone we basically point in our direction, you'll be coming here to see us. So enjoy the airline ticket tour. We're not paying for it. You'll be coming out of your pocket in the day. You'll be coming to see Mr. Bird in court. As for this guy at the end of the day, I've seen this demonstration done on these paints. I've seen it done in a dark environment. Yeah. This is what it really looks like at 50 millimeters. It don't work. Man, hold on for a minute. I got something I gotta go pick up, but still I gotta look at this real quick. Like, where's that video at? Oh wait, is it down here? One that has the collar, talks about collar. But no, there it is right there. That's it right there. You can't do the one with the woman with the. I don't do that. That's disrespecting it to Jesus. But look at the reds. Now tell me that does not look like the same way to Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Oh God, there was just so many scans behind that one. It's unbelievable. Anyway, that's the color it gave out. Boy, that red is washed out. Skip this part. I don't do that part right there. That's disrespect to Christ. Gee, but look at the cherries. He literally got on camera and sat there and said with that Frankenstein mix, that was supposed to be the mix that's supposed to go to companies and commercial environments. I'm in a commercial environment. We're in partial lighting. We still can't get this stuff to work. Look at this mess. I saw the comment section, literally. We have the comment section on the bottom of that video, and the people are like, man, that's amazing, Crow. That's most amazing. Okay, you know, I'm going to tell you something. For those people who thought that was an amazing paint, I got a fantastic deal for you. I'm going to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge, the Statue of Liberty, and, hold on, bear with me, the Liberty Bell. For a low price of $200K. It's yours for $200K. You feel me? $200K, I got you. All right? Special deal. Ain't nobody gonna get this in the world. It's only for you and for you only. You ever heard a term about when someone says, yeah, you think I was born yesterday? What's next? Want to sell me the Brooklyn Bridge? Yeah, because the theory behind the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, it was actually one of the biggest scams. Actually, one of the biggest, I forgot the guy's name, the biggest scam in history. This guy actually sold the Brooklyn Bridge more than 50 times for $50,000. Mind, that era, $50,000 was worth a ton of money. And he sold this to big businessmen at the end of the day. They bought the bridge. So that's why you hear people say, Yeah, you think I was born yesterday. What's next? You want to sell me the Brooklyn Bridge? There you go. So if you guys believe that that paint that he sold you at the end of the day, that you paid 60, 70, 80, and $90 for, was picking up a red level, and you literally seen it in the demonstration wash it out, and you still consider that to be red, I got a bridge to sell you at the end of the day. Oh, in Statue of Liberty in Libertyville. I'm going to hook you up. 3 for 3. Gotcha. And they'll get mad at me on that one. Now, those people at the end of the day who don't know better, oh, you should know what red looks like. What the freak? Seriously, I mean, come on. I can't help you here. You got to know what red looks like. You got to know. How do you not know what red looks like? I mean, in the video, literally with the Cinemax, I mean, his hoodie was redder than a freaking teddy bear in the corner of the screen. His hat was blacker than a girl's hair. And y'all didn't see that? No, y'all saw that. Oh, all right, I'm done. I gotta cleanse my palate, people. I gotta cleanse my palate. I'm gonna start working on my big screen. It's time for me to see. Every time I look at these screens at the end of the day, these gray, washed out, poor looking screens, it just gets so cold. I start thinking like, oh my goodness, I don't know how you people do this mess. I don't, I swear. If I ever saw you guys at a show anywhere, I'd just take my roller and just go, yeah, right down the side of your screen. And I guarantee you that everywhere I hit with that roller, my screen would pick up. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to say that if I buy your product, if I just dip my hand in paint, just dip it in paint, just dip it in paint, I just go, to your screen, I bet you that when I lift my hand up and I put it against that projector, you're only going to see my screen. Come on, people. You see me do splatter screens all the time. That's what we do. We do splatter screens. My stuff is so potent, I just paint it square. That's it. No special technique. Square in the middle. Or the letter K. Did that one before. Why even, just little stuff. And only our stuff will show. It's that potent. Potatoes and potents. Is there a difference between the white screen and the gray screen? No. That's the only upgrade you're going to get at the end of the day. That's it. So they show you that side by side on a stand. Like, look at the colors you're picking up. You're picking up these amazing colors. You're not picking up Jack. Next to our technology. Let's go to the lighter one. Let's put it over here. So what do we get over here? What do we get over there? Oh, nothing. You're getting absolutely nothing. You got ripped off. That's what you got. You got ripped off. Like Chevy, the guy said when he was in the movie for National Lampoon Vacation, was it Vegas Vacation? Here, buddy. Because some of you keep going back and buying this paint. So I've seen y'all go back and buy it. It's a new mix. I got this mix. I got the next mix. Got that one. And you're still buying the same crap. It's the same thing. It's literally the same paint. That's what the refusal was for. The refusal was to send him back a paint to prove that all his products did the same thing. You literally bought a free paint. That's what you got ripped off on. He couldn't do it because he had to send it back because all the paints were the same as that mix we have in the box. So, yeah. You guys remind me of Chevy Chase from National Lampoon, where you get coming back to the table and the guy kept beating them over and over and over again. He said, look, man, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take your money. I'm going to go out back. I'll take your money and I'll kick you in the privates. Call it a day. Because that's what Jamie did to you. He kicked you dead in your privates. And he took your money and he spent it and did what he wanted to do with it. And he went there with a dark environment, high-powered machine, calibrated, 4K enhancements, and did that nonsense to you guys over and over and over again, and you guys got ripped off. Now, keep in mind, if Jamie never pointed in our direction, we didn't know he even existed. We didn't know. I'm sure we didn't know. We were actually aiming towards certified screens. That's what I was doing. There's a few form sites for some stuff here and there. But mainly that was towards certified screens. So we didn't know his existence until he popped into the room. I bet you $100, Fernando, you wish you never popped into that room. I know you do. I know you wish you never popped into that room. You thought I was an easy target, didn't you? Yeah. See, that's what they mean in life, that one day you'll meet the wrong one. And you did. You meet the wrong one and the right one. Got the wrong person at the end of the day. I'm used to taking on corporations and companies at the end of the day. You at the end of the day, easy squash. But anyway, getting back to the great paints of the day, would I say that at the end of the day that all great paints react like Fernando's? Yeah, they do. They do. They can't read contrast. None of them can read contrast. None of them can. They can't read it. All right, this is a nice demonstration. I know at the end of the day, some of you are going to be bitter, upset, and angry over this. I feel sorry for it at the end of the day. But reality is reality, and truth is truth. And if you feel at the end of the day that all this is fake, And all this is made up in the day. Sign. We'll see you in court. Mind you, you walk in that court, it's going to cost you $1 million, so you know that. I like when the one troll came and they said, well, you're asking people to pay $1 million, but you can't pay $1 million yourself. No, I can't pay $1 million myself. And that's what makes it so interesting, that I can back my product up on that level, that I can actually make that statement at the end of the day and still win it. Do you understand my confidence level at the end of the day? This is the reason why the naysayers hate us so much, because our confidence level is through the freaking roof. You don't have that confidence level because you fake all your demonstrations, and therefore you must walk on eggshells. We don't tippy-toe through eggshells, we stomp through them. Do you understand me? We don't have not one doubt in my mind. I don't have one, not an ounce of it, anywhere in my head that my product will fail. Because you know why? Our technology comes from God, that's why. How much faith do you have in God? Either you have it or you don't. And the faith I have in him is, as a note sits on my face, I know what my technology does. And I can walk into any courtroom for any amount of money anywhere on the planet and back it up 100%. Can you do that? Can you make that statement on live? I can, as I do this to your screen. All right then, glad we had this chat. I got customers to put out, and I got not crush companies. We're not doing that. I want to work with some of these companies. I actually want to make better technology for them. But see where that goes at the end of the day. I'll tell you something. All the hatred I receive sometimes from people who can't stand me for what I do at the end of the day. You don't understand my purpose, do you? You don't get it, do you? You don't understand what our purpose is at the end of the day? Our purpose is to make better products. That's what it is. Not to become rich and tons of money. If we do make tons of money, just donate it to other people. We don't need all that money. It's unnecessary. But still, at the end of the day, it's to make better products. And if that means at the end of the day that I have to crush every single one of you haters at the end of the day, so be it. You will not win this at all, period. We've known Jamie for 5 years, and he has not been able to touch me. I've dropped his websites. I've dropped his eBay listings, accounts. I've crushed all his products. Again, you're coming against a person who challenged to certify at the end of the day. You can't take us. You guys get together and try to get some guy together and try to muster up some black pen at the end of the day that doesn't even pass our testing. You can't even back it up. He gave back every cent. That tells you he can't back his own products up. Every time I hear, how many times I've heard at the end of the day, I'm going to make a paint, I'll see you in 2 months. I'm going to make a paint, I'll see you in 3 months. I'm going to make a paint, I'll put you out of business. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear. The next black technology you have to face is SFEG. That's Sun Fusion Energy Gain. And that stuff absorbs at 50 lumens outside. A black screen can do. We have that technology. That's your next opponent. Good luck. If you're gray, it'll make your screen unwatchable. Right there on camera, everybody will see it. It'll read a contrast over you can't see, pick up color, and destroy your white levels. And if we take you outside, you disappear. If you're certified, you can't beat it. All right, with that being said, people, I hope you enjoyed our video. Well, I don't know what this is. I'm just going to keep the video. I don't care. I had fun at it. At the end of the day, it was enjoyable. Usually I get rid of it when I'm unhappy with them, but no, I like this one. It's pretty fun. At the end of the day, I talked to 3 types of people. Actually, 2 types of people. Actually, took to 3. We talked to customers, naysayers, and companies. I talked to 3 types in here. That's what I do. We got naysayers in the room right now. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. If I found your video, you know what's going to happen to you, right? All right, just want to let you know. If you feel that, you have a leg to stand on, get a lawyer to contact me, okay? All right. I look forward to talking to the lawyer, okay? All right. You have a good one there. All right. With that being said, hope you enjoy. I'm having fun here. I love these tests. They're not tests. I like when we get to crush things, man. It ain't the money at the end of the day. People say, well, we make good money. It's not the money. It's the ability to go out and crush, to make better products, to make better juggernauts, better products, more testing. I love testing so much. There are days I complain about being up every day testing. But at the end of the day, I really enjoy it. I can come on my back and be killing me. My head can be driving me nuts. I can be having headaches and whatever. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. I love testing. I love it. I like to put myself through the most brutal testing we can possibly put it through. Man, one day I'm gonna get my wish. One day all certified screens will be black screens. Excitement at the end of the day. A certified black screen that we can get our hands on. That'd be great. But until then, we're designing the new black technology over there. We haven't got a name for this thing yet. I have to have had a name for, I'm not sure, but the new black technology under the SFEG. Oh my goodness. Yes. So, before I leave, I'm having a little fun here. You know, I'm getting close to the camera because some of you got headphones on. You can hear me crystal clear inside your ears. But anyway, that new technology we're developing, that black technology over there. Screen paints, gray screens, white screens. It's not for you. It's not for you. This screen will eliminate you. Just like that. It's not for you. All right? For companies, I'm talking to you. Gunmetal screens, not for you. No. Unless you're black screening, yes. And for those people who make big black screen, it's not for you. Because you can barely make it in a fully lit environment. That thing eats up sunlight. On the same projector you're looking at right now. It's for TV. That's our goal. We're going to TVs with that. I want to take out the LG high grade and OLED technology with that thing. Because they can't go outside and we can. All right, then with that being said, people, I hope you enjoyed. We had a great time here all together. I've got some things to do today. I got technology and I got customers' orders to put out from the door. Thank you, customers, for coming in and basically ordering the most amazing product on the face of the planet. And for those naysayers and all those out there at the end of the day who cannot stand me, who can't hate my guts, I feel sorry for you. I don't hate you, no, right? I really don't. I don't give the devil that benefit at the end of the day. I did that one already a long time ago. It cost me 8 years, 8 years and 9 months, yeah, of my life. Yeah, I did that one already. Like, it's about to cost you pretty soon. We get you in court. See? There you go. That's why you don't do that nonsense. You entertain that nonsense. But anyway, as I said before, I don't hate you at all in any way whatsoever. I find you entertaining. I do. I do find you entertaining. Right space about it. But I don't hate you for you. If you think at the end of the day I'm sitting there all bitter, why? I have technology that crushes you every single day. I can literally spend an entire month just crushing your stuff, just for fun. But we don't. I got other things to do. I got this giant magnet screen I got to put in a few minutes. Around a few minutes, but in a couple of days, I got to put this giant screen in. Oh, this screen's going to be gigantic. It's going to be huge. And I'm also doing a projection screen for several places in the building. Yeah, they're going to be getting our screens. I told you, they came and saw that gamer technology, which you're looking at right now. This is gamer technology we're using right now. They saw it. They want it. They want the whole setup. This is going to replace our TVs. That thing is gorgeous. But anyway, so for those of you getting tired of getting ripped off by these fakey paints at the end of the day and projection screens that don't do what they're supposed to do, tired of sitting in the dark, trying to get your contrast and color levels to work, tired of being informed sites trying to figure out solutions to fix the problem on the investment that you spent so much money on, tired of all that, and you come see us. We'll fix your problem with no problem. If any one of those companies that you did business with at the end of the day feel the nerve to say anything about Mr. Bird's product, you tell them that Mr. Bird says, I'll see you in court, or we'll crush your product. Doesn't make a difference. Either way, it's all for good for me. All right, then. With that being said, I got to go.